Now, some say it was critical testimony from my next guest that sparked the ban. This was at a congressional hearing last February. He said China is collecting information on Americans through apps like TikTok to train AI in order to help themselves win the AI race. Joining me now to follow up on that, Ivan Cerini is CEO of Feroot Security. Ivan, I've compressed a lot of testimony into a couple of main takeaways there. What do you know about what TikTok is up to?
Yes, thanks. That's a very loaded topic and a big question. Like I mentioned in the testimony, what we've seen is TikTok is very present on a lot of websites and in many places that where it's able to collect data on Americans that never even use the app itself, firstly. And secondly, it is by Chinese law required to disclose, or it might be required to disclose data when requested upon. And also what we know is that under Chinese laws, companies that are required to share the information, they may need to keep it confidential. So we may not even know that the data was shared with CCP.
The heart of the reason why the Supreme Court says it has to be divested is because it could be collecting this data on Americans from Americans. And as you say, making its way back to Chinese authorities. So is TikTok the only app with these concerns?
Yeah, great question. TikTok is definitely one of the biggest, if not the biggest, collector of data for Americans, of everyone that uses the TikTok or other technologies where TikTok tracking pixels are present on. But it's not the only one. And therefore, if you're looking at it from the national security point of view, definitely some controls that would prevent export of data, of Americans' data, to adversarial countries such as China can definitely improve national security.
What exactly do you know or do you believe that it's able to collect? So I have TikTok on my phone right now, and it's weird because a few years ago I was told, oh, make sure it's not on the phone. And then it was like, okay, maybe it's fine, and maybe because the Oracle, they moved the data to Texas. Well, I guess it's not fine. I've heard that they can collect your contact list. I've heard for sure if you access the browser that through the app that information can be collected. What's being collected?
Yeah, so there's let's talk about it in two areas, like the app itself, everything that you do on the app or what it might be able to access on your device about your phone. And the second area that was not as appreciated in the past is data collection on websites. So when you're visiting a website, maybe your healthcare provider or you're booking an airline ticket or anything else like that, something called tracking pixels that are loaded on websites, they are collecting a lot of information. And we've seen pixels collecting even everything that you see on a screen. Could be your first name, last name, could be your airline ticket details or anything else that you're purchasing online. Maybe
is that, Ivan, just to stop you on this, because this has been a point of some controversy, is that if I use a browser like Safari or Chrome on my phone, if I just have the app installed, or is that only if I access the internet through the TikTok app while using it?
Ooh, that's an important clarification. No, it's so data collection on websites is done independent of TikTok app itself. It's done for the purpose of actually marketing for digital advertising and promoting products, which is very.
How can they do that? I don't understand. If I download TikTok on my phone, and you're telling me if I just go and I use Google Chrome or I use Safari of whatever, completely unrelated, maybe I haven't even opened TikTok in a year, they can still access that data?
That is correct. So when you open a Safari or Chrome or any other browser and visit a website, that website loads a lot of tracking technologies amongst everything else that you see on a website. So, and those tracking pixels, they collect information about, which buttons you click on, what do you see on a screen, and they send it back to the pixel controller. In this case, it's TikTok, Meta, and many other companies that load pixels. So that's how they're able to see what you see on the page that you visit. And it's done completely independently from the TikTok app.
Is there a way that Apple or my iOS, my phone sort of platform itself, can block this? How is this activity allowed to take place?
There are some technical ways to block it, yes. It's not easy and it's not commonly done. So you can use various privacy browser extensions or tools that will block pixel trackers and other tracking technologies from being loaded. But the usage is very low. But there are ways individuals like you and me, like typical consumers, can prevent certain tracking technologies from being loaded on the browser itself.
Fascinating. Again, with all of that being the case, it's hard to see then if this is the law. Remember, the Supreme Court is not inventing this reason. They're just saying it if it does not then comply with this law. What about Temu and Shein? What about there's plenty of popular Chinese apps, including some of the new ones that are popping up now.
Yeah, absolutely. So same data collection or similar data collection is being done by various other companies that are associated with China or under control of Chinese jurisdictions. And it's not TikTok. Absolutely, it's not TikTok. It's not just ByteDance. There are many, many other companies. And what is being hypothesized now is that in an AI race to win the AI leadership, a lot of companies, and specifically in China, they do need a lot of computation power, right? AI chips. And also they need a torrent of data, especially Americans' data and especially English data to train those AI models on. So that's another emerging risk where data collected on us, on everyday people, can be potentially used to train AI models and put China AI technologies in a leadership position.
Ivan, really appreciate the granularity today, as this is more in focus than ever and helping us understand what's taking place. Thanks for the time.
Thank you for having me.
Ivan.